It's time for another WrestlePlanet news update as a top New Japan star has been pulled from the New Japan Cup. We have an update on the planned Vince McMahon WrestleMania match, and AEW have made a big live event announcement. And if you haven't already, make sure you drop a like on the video and subscribe so you don't miss the latest wrestling news. First up, a former WWE superstar has seemingly challenged WWE Hall of Famer Hulk Hogan to one more match. On Sunday, Shane McMahon would share a photo of himself at Madison Square Garden, stood next to a section of the arena dedicated to WrestleMania 1. The show was main evented by Hogan and Mr. T versus Roddy Piper and Paul Orndorff. Shane would take to Twitter to see if the Hulkster was open to one more match, and he said, "Walking in the hallway at the Garden with my 3 sons for the New York Rangers game and past this. Made me think, Hulk Hogan got one more in ya?" Whilst it's likely that this isn't an official challenge, stranger things have happened in wrestling recently. As we'll discuss in more detail later in the video, WWE are looking to go all out for WrestleMania this year in order to sell out the AT&T Stadium, so perhaps a Hulk Hogan match could be part of those plans. Last week, WWE would reveal that The Undertaker is going to be inducted into the Hall of Fame as part of their 2022 class. Since then, many wrestling pundits have floated the idea that he be the only inductee this year due to the significance of his career to the company. It appears that this idea has been discussed internally within WWE, although the decision has been made to induct more than one name this year. WrestleVotes would take to Twitter to report the news and said, "Although the idea was in fact considered, I'm told The Undertaker will not be a solo inductee at this year's Hall of Fame. Source expects additional names will be announced soon, potentially starting tomorrow." The WWE Hall of Fame ceremony is scheduled to take place the night before WrestleMania 38 Night 1 and will be held immediately following the go-home edition of SmackDown on Friday, April 1st. The presentation will be held in the same arena on the same night as SmackDown. There is no word on who is next to join the 2022 class, but it seems that an announcement could be imminent. We are just 1 week away from the AEW Revolution pay-per-view, with All Elite Wrestling set to present another stacked card. One of the many matches announced for the show is a Tornado Trios match with the AHFO's Matt Hardy, Andrade El Idolo, and Isaiah Cassidy set to team up with Sting, Darby Allin, and TNT champion Sammy Guevara. We now have a report from Fightful that reveals that the match saw a last-minute change before it was announced, with 2 of the competitors originally scheduled to not be a part of the match. The bout was originally set to be a 2-on-2 tag match with Matt Hardy and Andrade taking on Sting and Darby Allin. Sammy Guevara and Isaiah Cassidy were then added later on. There is no clear reason known for the change, although I feel it could be down to the fact that there was no room for an AEW TNT Championship match on the card, meaning another spot had to be found for Sammy Guevara. Earlier this month, All Elite Wrestling made an official announcement revealing that former EVP Cody Rhodes had left the company, leading to speculation that he is WWE bound. This week, AEW wrestler Matt Hardy would take part in an interview with Bleacher Report, where he discussed Cody's impact on AEW and added that the company will feel very weird without him. And Hardy said, "Cody's obviously one of the forefathers of AEW, him, the Young Bucks, and Kenny Omega. They were kind of the guys that were leading the charge as far as creating AEW, and they got with Tony Khan, and he made things happen and made AEW a reality. It's going to be really interesting, and I wish Cody the best in whatever he ends up doing, but it's going to be very weird not having him around in AEW." Many reports have emerged that Cody is in talks with WWE, with the company apparently having big plans for the American Nightmare upon his return. In regard to the rumors, Matt would add that anything can happen in pro wrestling and said, "I'm sure whatever he ends up doing, he'll kill it and he'll be great at it. I'm at the point now where anything can happen. It's pro wrestling and we kind of control our own destinies. Don't ever be surprised because anything can happen in this wild industry." There is still no official word on the future of Cody Rhodes, although it seems highly likely that he will end up in WWE for the first time since his requested release in 2016. But what do you think the future holds for Cody Rhodes, and how will AEW get on without him? Let me know in the comments down below. Game Changer Wrestling have confirmed the first match for the upcoming Bloodsport event. The company have revealed that Minoru Suzuki is set to fight Chris Dickinson on the MMA-inspired show. This will be Suzuki's fourth Bloodsport match, and it will be the second time he's faced Dickinson at the event. The two would meet at Bloodsport 7 in October 2021, with Suzuki coming out on top. This will also be Chris Dickinson's 8th appearance on the show, with him having fought on every Bloodsport show so far. Dickinson is coming off the back of a hip injury that he described as potentially career-ending, and has stated that he sees the match as more than just a showcase. So far, GCW have announced 9 names for the show, including the prior 2, as well as Jon Moxley, John Morrison, Marina Shafir, Timothy Thatcher, Janai Kai, Biff Busick, and Jonah. Bloodsport 8 is scheduled to take place on March 31st as part of a series of events over WrestleMania weekend in Dallas. And speaking of Game Changer Wrestling, the next GCW World Championship match has been confirmed. GCW World Champion Jon Moxley is set to defend his title against AJ Gray, with the match set for night 1 of Joey Janela's Spring Break 6 on April 1st, the night after Bloodsport. Gray would successfully defend his GCW Extreme Championship last Friday against ACH, and after the match he would issue a challenge to Moxley. Moxley has been the GCW champion ever since his quick win over Matt Cardona at September's Art of War Games event, and has made 2 successful defenses so far. He would beat Nick Gage at Fight Club in October before his hiatus from wrestling, and upon his return he'd defeat Homicide at the World on GCW inside the Hammerstein Ballroom 1 month ago. This April, WWE will present WrestleMania 38 from Dallas, Texas, with 100,000 people expected to fill the AT&T Stadium on each night. In order to shift tickets, WWE are reportedly looking to pull out all the stops, with many top stars and big surprises expected to show up. In recent weeks, a number of names have been rumored to be appearing on the show, and Raw announcer Corey Graves would reveal some interesting news on his podcast this week. Speaking on WWE After the Bell, Graves would say that we can expect a familiar face back in WWE before WrestleMania, and he would say, and who knows, if the rumors do in fact prove to be true, we may have another familiar face back in the fold between now and the Showcase of the Immortals. This is one of those ones where if you know, you know. I'm not going to speak to it any longer. I'm going to feed the rumor mill. That's what I'm doing. I'm feeding the rumor mill. I'm stoking the flames and I'm pouring gas on the fire. If the rumors are true, I couldn't be more thrilled. It's not clear exactly who Corey is talking about, although the recent rumor mill suggests that he's likely either referring to himself after being cleared to compete last year, Stone Cold Steve Austin, Cody Rhodes, Vince McMahon, or perhaps somebody else that hasn't been reported to return. Either way, WWE are doing all they can to sell out this year's Mania, with 200,000 tickets needing to be sold over the course of the 2 nights. But let me know who you think Corey Graves is referring to in the comments down below. Last October, Kota Ibushi suffered from a shoulder injury during the G1 Climax final after an attempted Phoenix Splash. The referee would call for the match to be stopped, crowning Kazuchika Okada as the winner, and Ibushi hasn't been seen since. Ibushi was scheduled to make his New Japan Pro Wrestling return next month, although the promotion have announced that this will no longer be taking place. They would take to their official English-speaking website to provide an update on the situation and said, Kota Ibushi has been diligently preparing for a scheduled return on March 1st at the Nippon Budokan. However, after careful consultation with trainers, medical staff, and the NJPW Medical Committee, and based on the results of a final medical evaluation, the different decision has been made to delay Ibushi's return and remove him from Wednesday's anniversary card. Ibushi was scheduled to work in the upcoming NJPW 50th anniversary show, as well as the New Japan Cup tournament, but his return has now been delayed with no word on an official return date. On top of this, New Japan would also announce that Hiroyoshi Tenzan will also miss the anniversary show. Both Ibushi and Tenzan were scheduled to team with Satoshi Kojima and Yuji Nagata to take on the United Empire's Will Ospreay, Great-O-Khan, Jeff Cobb, and Aaron Henare. They have now been replaced by 2 young lions, Yuto Nakashima and Kosei Fujita. As we discussed on yesterday's news video, reports suggest that Vince McMahon is set to compete in a match at this year's WrestleMania. Post Wrestling revealed that McMahon is expected to launch a program with SmackDown announcer Pat McAfee, leading to a match between the two at the Showcase of the Immortals. In an update provided by Dave Meltzer of the Wrestling Observer, although Vince is expected to be advertised for a match at Mania, he is not expected to take any bumps, and Dave described it as a complete smoke and mirrors event. Meltzer added that the match is confirmed to be on the books for the lineup as of Sunday evening, and the seeds for the match will be planted this Thursday when McMahon appears on the Pat McAfee Show on SiriusXM and YouTube. Fans are expecting that McMahon will instead find somebody else to wrestle on his behalf, with many feeling that apprentice Austin Theory would be the right fit due to their ongoing storyline. Some have even suggested that Meltzer's use of the words smoke and mirrors could hint at a Cody Rhodes return, although I think Dave meant it in a literal sense rather than a tease for something else. And finally, All Elite Wrestling have made a big announcement regarding a future live event. Yesterday, the official Being the Elite Twitter account would reveal that a huge AEW live event would be revealed on tonight's episode, and on the show it was revealed that the promotion is heading to Southern California for the first time in its history. The Young Bucks would break the news that AEW Rampage will air live from the Toyota Arena in Ontario, California on Friday, June 3rd, with this being billed as the promotion's Inland Empire debut, which is an area of California. The arena is the home of the Ontario Reign of the American Hockey League, the Ontario Fury of the Major Arena Soccer League, and the Agua Caliente Clippers of the NBA G League. Depending on the type of event, the venue holds in and around 10,000 people, and even up to 11,000 for concerts. Tickets will go on sale on the 11th of March at 10 a.m. Pacific, with prices starting at $29. The poster of the show features the likes of CM Punk, Keith Lee, Bryan Danielson, Britt Baker, and the Young Bucks, although the card is yet to be announced. The announcement is not to be confused with the one mentioned by Tony Khan over the past 2 weeks, with that one being made official on this Wednesday's edition of AEW Dynamite. And before you go, make sure you check out 10 shocking WWE to AEW signings that we need to see.